Monday morning in Sacramento, in front of the California Attorney General's office, supporters of the Safe California Act, an initiative that will eliminate the death penalty in California, held a press conference. Among those people was Jeannie Woodford, former warden at San Quentin State Prison, who's now executive director of California's death penalty focus.
Good morning. My name is Jeannie Woodford, and I want to replace California's death penalty to protect public safety. Speaking for Safe California, I want to inform you that late Friday afternoon, we submitted the Safe California Act to the Attorney General right here for title and summary. As a former warden of San Quentin State Prison, I know how the death penalty system works, and more importantly, how it doesn't work. As warden, I carried out 4 executions, and I vividly recall my staff asking, did we make the world safer tonight? We all knew that the answer was no. I'm not the only person in law enforcement that thinks this way. In your packets today is a letter signed by over 100 current and former law enforcement officials, prosecutors, judges, and corrections officers. Each one of them signed in support of replacing the death penalty with an effective alternative. And that effective alternative is life in prison without the possibility of parole. The Safe California Act goes even further than that. It mandates that death row inmates work while they remain behind bars forever. Did you know that only 1% of them work today? Safe California mandates that inmates help victims' family by paying restitution into a victims' compensation fund. In the current system, they spend all their time in special housing, waiting for their next court appeal, often for 20 years or more. Our system is broken, and everyone knows that. I know it only too well. Since we reinstated the death penalty in California 33 years ago, we have spent $4 billion, and I want to repeat that, $4 billion to execute 13 people. California's death penalty costs $184 million more per year than if we had a system of life without the possibility of parole. That money could be better spent to really making our neighborhoods and our communities and our state safer. To introduce Gloria Killian. Gloria spent 16 years inside our state prison here in California to be exonerated, and so she represents the growing number of exonerees. Gloria?
Thanks. Good morning. I was arrested and charged with the death penalty for a crime that I did not commit. After 4.5 months, that case was dismissed because there was no evidence against me. But one of the perpetrators went to trial. And the day that he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, he was horrified by that sentence. He went back to the jail, picked up the phone, called the sheriff's department, and said, "I can help you." They recalled his sentence. He was then sentenced for 3.5 years. They helped him to come up with the story. And once again, when I was rearrested, I was again charged with the death penalty. If it was not for a change in California law that occurred almost a year later, I would have been sentenced to death when I was convicted. The issue is that there are so many people like me, and the fact is that when I was able to obtain the evidence and to get good lawyers, I was alive to be exonerated because I could have been executed previously. There are lots of people like me all over the United States, and especially in California. There are innocent women on death row right now. We do not get it right often enough that we can take that chance. If a person is sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, At least they are alive when there is an opportunity to be exonerated. And there are thousands of people that have been exonerated in the past 10 years in this country. We can't take the chance of executing one more innocent person.
Our final speaker this morning is Lorraine Taylor. She lost both of her sons to murder, and she's the founder of 1,000 Mothers to Prevent Violence.
Good morning. I'm Lorraine Taylor, and I want to replace California's death penalty to prevent violence. In the year 2000, I lost both of my twin sons, Abadi and Obadiah, to gun violence in the city of Oakland. They were both college students and productive citizens. Their cases remain unsolved. Their tragic deaths crippled my life for almost a decade, and I'm still healing. However, I'm not the only one. In the city of Oakland alone, there has been more than 1,000 mothers who have lost a child to gun violence. This system is clearly not working, and justice is not served until crime victims are.